They got upset. They probably watching because they said I kept cutting you off.
Oh.
They don't understand that I'm the pastor.
Right, right.
If I got something to say, I mean, you ain't following my wife.
Right.
You ain't heard. You didn't get on YouTube. She wasn't preaching, so let me say something. But they really got upset over that. Wrote this. Why he keep? I said, listen, I'm the pastor. My wife is not a pastor.
Amen.
Y'all ought to be glad she ain't no pastor.
Right,
that's what's destroying most marriages.
Amen.
It's this women ministry.
Amen.
It's destroying marriages because they got a feminist spirit for real, and they're counseling them against homes and marriage.
Right.
That's why when you go to a church where there's a female pastor, it ain't nothing but a bunch of single women. Bunch of single women and women who have divorced their husbands. Because that pastor, that female pastor can't speak to men. She can't speak to men because she don't really have authority to speak to men.
Walking in purpose, in leading with grace. Because you know, by me being a woman and all, they was like, you can't do this. You can't tell God who he can and who he can't use. And if you read the Bible, you would have seen that I ain't the first woman that God done used before. Amen. And so even in that, you know it's got to be God. Because we're 7 years later, 8 years after Pastor Steve's passing, we're still functioning as a ministry. Still functioning.
If a female speaks to a man, it speaks into the life of a man, he's going to become feminine. So when you go to them churches with female pastors, them brothers are soft. Them brothers is soft. Why? Because it's a feminine spirit. He need a male frequency.
People who thought that they were pastors, they ain't pastored yet, because this thing is hard to do. It's hard to keep a church running, to keep everything functioning if you ain't called. Amen. And so I'm like, God, okay, if I'm going to be a vessel for you, then have your way. And God used those who I yielded, who yield their wills to him. Amen. And he called you. You don't call yourself. He called you and to use you because he said, I want the glory. God said, I'm not going to fight with nobody over my glory. He said, give me the honor. And so I'm like, God, you get all the honor. And he's continuing to use this ministry. He's continuing to use Stephen Darby ministry. We're continuing to be used by God and be great. For honoring me as on my 7th year pastoral anniversary.